guys, let's get this thing set up. Alrighty, so what we're doing today is tearing down, quit panicking. What we're doing today is we're tearing down this Pontiac cylinder head. So this is a set of small valve Pontiac number 46 heads. We're tearing these down to throw them into the vinegar bath. So the vinegar bath is what's going to be the thing to de-rust these things. So let's go ahead and pop these spark plugs out. I've got one valve spring left that I left for here. We did the rest of this teardown on TikTok. So we're a little bit farther into this than I expected to be. But I'm going to go ahead and grab a socket to pull these spark plugs out, if I even need it, which I might not. Pull them out right by hand. Not too bad. That last one's gonna need a socket though. Question is, where's my socket for that? Pretty sure it's in the box. That's of course covered with stuff, because why wouldn't it be? Wouldn't you know it? Of course it is. Alrighty, guys. Let's get the socket out. Let's get this spark plug out. By hand, evidently. Pulled, and actually, that spark plug, if it'll focus, I don't think it will. Not too bad. It's really black, but it's not that bad. Not enough where I'm freaking out about it, you know? All right, so let's go ahead and pull this valve spring. So if you're unfamiliar with this valve spring tool, so the way this one works is it's got a handle on one side, right? And a T-handle on the other side. So what we're gonna do is tighten the T-handle and this to touch the valve and the spring retainer. And you're gonna use that to try to lock it in place. You're not using the handle to manhandle it and pull the valve. So we're gonna go ahead and just lightly hit that on that. Boom, that's it, right? Nice, easy, clipped into place, not a big deal. So now we're gonna go ahead and tighten the T-handle on this side. Lay that down, get it out of the way. We're listening for a pop. Tighten it a little bit. Let it sit. Tighten it a little bit, let it sit. Tighten it, let it sit. And keep going in that until you get a good pop sound out of it. Like that. That's what we're after. Get this nice and tight so I can pull those retainers. I think that's both. We'll back this off now. All right, so with this backed off, I can go ahead and pull this handle. It releases everything. Set that aside. Springs. There's gonna be a valve seal on this. I need to pull. And then really push that valve right out. Simple as that. So all of these valves are fairly gross. So we're gonna throw these into the vinegar mix as well. I would like to throw them in a spot that's not gonna be in the way as well. I don't want them getting crushed by anything. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and turn this right over here. Give you a little bit of height as well. And look on down in there, guys. All right, so this is what we're working with. This is white vinegar, baking soda, and some soap. Should degrease, should derust, and make things nice and pretty in general. So I'm gonna go find some standoffs real quick to get this thing just off the bottom. And I'm gonna hope that when I put this in there, it's actually gonna fit, but I'm not entirely sure it's going to. Especially with this on the end. I'm gonna have to lay this head down here. All right, let's turn it back over here. I'm gonna have to remove this. I think it's the ignition coil bracket. Put the flathead on one side and a bolt on the other. Let's go ahead and angle that down just a smidge. All right. Now, grab me a flathead. We'll get this little bolt, right, out of the way, then I can get access to this. And luckily, these are pretty oil covered, so things are kind of not jamming up on me at least. Let's get it out of the way. Find us a socket. Socket's going to be a, I think so, 9/16 makes the most sense because that's what it is. Pull this, get this out of the way. All right. Now, spin you back over here. The question is going to be making this thing fit inside of this. Good Lord, these heads are heavy compared to aluminum small block heads. I might have to soak one head at a time. Dang. Well. Kind of nice thing too, being vinegar. I'm not too worried about having my hands in it. Let's go ahead and throw the rest of those valves in there and get those cleaned up. Should get us about there, I do believe. All right, now this is going to soak. And hopefully, when we check back on TikTok in shorts, this ends up a much better quality than it is now. But being as we can only get one head in here and it's not totally submerged like I was hoping to, this is 3 gallons, mind you, of vinegar. I could have used a smaller, I looked for a smaller tote, but just couldn't find one. Yeah, so we might have, I might throw this into a different bucket for a little while. Just try to fill it up, but this is essentially what we're doing, guys. So if you're curious about the project on this and process on this, we're gonna update this several times through TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, pretty much you name it, we'll be on there talking about this. But I'm gonna go ahead and let this set. We'll check back on it in a few hours, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys around.